about 11% of voters accepted money in choosing candidates in 2024 elections. And yeah, please for you see, omo candidates, my respective political parties, you know. A year omo to abano. Omo 11% edge bribe. About 11% of voters accepted money in choosing candidates in 2024 elections. So this is quite vague. It's vague because choosing a presidential candidate or choosing candidates for their respective parties. Now, say a two it's fine. Say one cry, it's fine. Now, it shouldn't say 11% of every political party. So a moment nipa omukoyi presidential candidate ma party ko contest elections no. Say 11% jiskadia. And the Mahamudu Bawumia krano. That means say the onyaye no. Sa 62% is that 63% the onyaye during omo primaries no. Na say Bawumia krano we nya sa. Say for general elections so that means say Bawumia krano say 11% way yaka say NDC for nkwampo and I say bi omuji sika ko to abana ya 11% way ekoka Bawumia 38 no one still Bawumia to be crossing the percentage that we need for him to become president, meaning abane de say born animo say born two Mahamudu Bawumia can never be president, and he can't be president because statistics in actually say krono a ofa so ebe lead NPP no sa krono no krampo no at the end of the day say you free ho krampo still Bawumia to be the president. Yama cannot say you see 11% of voters accepted money in choosing a candidate in 2024 elections. So I will limit myself to respective political parties going into their primaries. Into Yanfan is NPP, Bawumia percentage onyaye. Sa 11% no, ye become Bawumia crampo vote one. That means say percentage na ni pama Bawumia win general elections no. Bawumia still cannot win election 2024. Yanfan say we the ekoma NDC for nkwa anko ama Bawumia still Mahamudu Bawumia cannot win the elections. And this obi ana you say or parody Mahamudu Bawumia in 2028. That person is basically wasting his time. Because no matter how the numbers they are moved around, no matter how the numbers are interchanged, no matter how we try to, to do things to favor Bawumia when it comes to the arithmetics, and I'm matter Bawumia a positive number. No matter how you push Bawumia still cannot cross 50 plus 1. Into Mahamudu Bawumia no namhono. Me say somebody no share pum na mo de frɛ pum na no share bonsam gem na mo de ne ba na mo de be hye pitomu na mo yine de be hye edutuwa betesim na mo de abonike efa le ni ase na mo sa san bentoa ebeto da Bawumia still cannot win elections in Ghana. The best he can do is 38%. Me say 2028 mo de Bawumia ba you are looking around 24%. Yeah. The NPP some of the Bawumia about 2028, you are looking around 24%. More about Canada, Japan, but the honest truth is, why we have Mumbro 12%. I'm telling you, because you see, more candidates they are not appealing. They don't appeal to Ghanaians. You see, more mistake de biamu and say you pick candidates who appeal to the NPP. A political party should be able to pick a candidate, a presidential candidate that appeals to the people. Now that means that presidential candidate should cut across or to me appeal people who are not even NPP and people who are not even affiliated with any political party. Now what the NPP you do every time and they say you always look out for somebody party and it's not so realistically 2020 Ekufuor lose the elections now. 2016 it was NDC that lost the elections. They allowed you people to put your narrative on elections. In the time NDC realizes some of the narrative at 2 elections, so it was too late. And it's that the real elections in 2020, you were surprised. Say the same John Mahama who left power in 4 years or 3 years came back with that number and brought the NDC to 137. It should clearly tell you, say in 2020, Nana Dankwa Ekufuor lost the elections. And into 2024, the election results, it wasn't shocking to real Ghanaians. Into the real numbers you saw in 2024, no, those are the numbers that were supposed to show in 2020. 2016, the NPP created a narrative and placed in the head of Ghanaians and also placed on the elections. Into almost 30-year press conference, a creative impression is say NDC lose the election with 900,000 votes, 1.1 million votes. So Ghanaians had no option than to accept a narrative. No? So it got to a point whereby if you try to oppose the narrative, then you become the person trying to block out democracy. At a point, they made Charlotte say, they put her in the corner and they created that impression in the heads of Ghanaians. So Charlotte say, even though she had not gotten all the results, she was forced to declare the elections because at that point, the NPP, they had forced that narrative in the heads of Ghanaians. So when we need elections, with over 900,000 votes, and that Charlotte say or Mahama Nipa and Charlotte say cannot count all the numbers. Baby Druno, this is the result. In the Samia Ukumo and Sankwasiafon started putting press conferences, putting pressure on Charlotte say, and then forcing Ghanaians to get on the street to say NPP winning. NPP winning election with over 1 million votes. How come in less than 4 years? So flagship program na yejuma. So flagship program na akoso. So why do you lose all your seats in parliament to pair up or equal up with the opposition that lost all the seats that they had? At least they lost it majority of their seats. It means 4 years, you could not do what? You could not deliver. 4 years, that election had over power, the numbers were not legitimate numbers. They were not the real numbers. The numbers you got, you manufactured the numbers. And after 2020 elections, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo catch Ghana for say he's done. From 2020, he didn't care again because he realized that he's lost the election twice. When Akufo-Addo sat down to analyze, say he has never won legitimate elections in Ghana. So from 2020, he was pissed off. He didn't care about anybody else again because that was the 5th time or the 4th time he was contesting general elections in Ghana, and he could not boldly say he had won an election convincingly. So 2020 elections, he got angry with Ghanaians. He was angry within because he realized that legitimately he has not won a legitimate election in Ghana. And he decided not to care again. Until you saw the country on autopilot. Now he did not care. He did not do reshuffling. The country was going down. The corruption was high. Nepotism was out of the roof. They were creating family companies to dupe us. He did not care because he realized Ghanaians did not want him in the first place. Until at a point we were asking questions. Akufo-Addo saw it in 2020. He realized it in 2020. He realized that Ghana for Nyankwasiafo and in 2024, he knew Bawumia was going to lose. Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, he knew Bawumia was going to lose and he was going to lose miserably because Akufo-Addo had put together the 2 elections in 2012, 2016 and 2020. He knew he lost the elections. So he knew in 2024, the real numbers were coming. And in 2020, because he knew from the election from day one, he realized that some numbers now created in 2017, 16 to Ghana for him. He knew he wasn't going to get it. And in 2020, nipa 82. Into 2024, he knew it. 2024, he knew he wasn't going to win. Into the whole idea was that Jane Mensamu should do magic for him. The whole situation was that they were supposed to hack the system. They were supposed to force the narrative on Ghanaians. So that time, not Ghana for yadniya. Now Juma Ghana for any BA. So they were like, we are ready. We are going to wait at the police stations, count and make sure Nipa a person from the police station, that person wins. And then they break the NPP down. In the end of the NPP phone say, how are you going to come back? They don't have a message. The NPP as a political party, they know that garbage on Muhammad Diawamon is organic. And it's going to take them not less than 16 years to realize it and start working towards it. Yeah. Realistically, say the 41% to the crash moving from 41 to 44% in Ghanaian elections is not a joke. You people have no idea, eh? Say the 41% to the crash Bawumia, even though you're 38.2. You have to say you're man the 41%, eh? Moving from 41% to 44% in Ghana's election. Abra Osha Ejuma NDC, I swear to God, you will never come to power. It is going to be tough. You have to nullify this power, nullify the mentality behind it, nullify the leadership. The party needs to restart from the base. The party needs to have a new face. The party needs to be collapsed. Because this group of people, they are still in our heads. The NPP today is a nightmare to Ghanaians. We went through a whole trauma, 8-year trauma under NPP. We saw what Chema Wutumi did. We saw what Bawumia did. We saw what Samira Bawumia did. We saw what Kennedy Japan did. We saw what Akufo-Addo did. Gabi Ochedakon, Bedietuo, Oforiata. We saw what Lord Kome did. We saw what NPP, Afenyoman Kemu, they did in power. How they abused parliament. How Afenyoman Kemu basically ran parliament down because his relationship with the Chief Justice Kotonu, the former Chief Justice. We saw what they did in Ghana. The destruction to our river bodies. We saw how the impunity and disrespect, the murdering and the killings, the disrespect to our constitution. We saw all these things. We went through a lot. We cannot just forget this in 20 years. No. You are the same people we live with. We know what you can do. The biggest fear in every Ghanaian today is to hand over power to the NPP. That is the biggest fear. And you people, as a political party, you have still not realized it. The NPP as a political party, they still don't see it. We have still not recovered from the trauma. We are still in there. Still, Ghanaians are even scared. We are always scared because of what you people put us through. And the fact is, the party as we speak, Nyawota Maklo just said it recently. He's a founding member. Also, the party has no leader. Any party that does not have a leader is a criminal. It is a rebel team. They can send people to kill citizens. Party be any leader, no, it lacks direction. And people like us, when we try to explain to the NPP, they still don't get it. Huh? Oh, driver for Nam Ghana, no Muchikana, and the Mohu be a Petra Bedu. They are serious businessmen in Ghana. They have sworn heaven and earth. They will never allow anybody to vote for NPP. There are people in Ghana, police for, soldier for, nurse for. They are ordinary Ghanaians. Almost under NPP. There were people who were in the banking sector. They lost their jobs. There are people who are still living as pensioners. They can never bring themselves to that point where they walk to the ballot and vote for NPP. The things you people made them go through, it is not a joke. And we cannot just get up one day and say 4 years a refi, 8 years a refi, 10 years. No, it doesn't work like that. That's why I keep telling people, shut the party down. Mungu party no and revive it after 20 years. But what we are seeing, these same faces, Samia Uku, this same criminal, Kojo Ponkruma, Brian Champon, Bawumia, Kennedy Japan, these are the same people, Afenyomakin. These are the people who destroyed this country. Napo, who? Are you bringing somebody else from somewhere? We know Samira Bawumia. We know how desperate she is to become first lady. We know what Samira wants to use the Flagstaff House to do. Were we not here? And a Samira Bawumia, a two plane, Eko India, Kunkumbadia. She was just a second lady. She left the country, flew first class, chartered the flight, went to India to look for some India from Kurasiphobia or soap opera at our expense. We were here. Samira Bawumia, any Akufo-Addo's wife Rebecca, they were being paid illegally. So as I see him, Chief Justice Tokonu, they were paid illegally. They are supposed to be in jail. We were here, and Rebecca Akufo-Addo number form a company. My sister's keeper. They stole money from the government. We were here, and Brian Champon wanted to sell Senate hotels to himself. Brian Champon. We were here, and I decided to say, Street Hotels or Ghana, I will say about the personal property. This fool wants to be president. Do you know what Brian Champa will do? These are the things we are talking about. These are things that shocks Ghanaians. These are things that we are living through. It's going to take years. It's going to take years upon years for us to understand, say, this party NPP, a Ghanaian can be comfortable with it. Do you know what we are going through? Do you know what we have gone through? There are so many things I've not even spoken about. I was West Wagon. Brian Champon led thugs. A cry team, Semraya Juma, or Brian Champon. Right now, make us say, or Anka or jail. He ordered men to go and fire at fellow Ghanaians. and later went to sit on radio and said this is just the beginning. Brian Champon. There are so many things. The NPP is a dangerous demonic machine. It is a killing machine. They killed their own person. They killed JB Dankwa. They killed John Kuma. The NPP is dangerous. I want me to sit here and say Ghanaians should forget, and that when I come to sit here, I should not remind Ghana for pensioners. I should not remind nurses for. I should not remind police for. I should not remind businessmen, contractors. I should forget about all these things. The NPP is a killing machine, and we are not supposed to fall for their lies.